There it is, your Friday anthem. We play it every Friday at that time. Thank you for all the kind of little shouts out and messages of people giving other people their Friday kiss. If I was to give anybody a Friday kiss right now, it would have to be the only person sitting opposite me. ABBAS HASAN, welcome to the show.
Thank you. How are you?
Are you alright getting a Friday kiss from me? Are you open to that?
Why not, man? Why not?
You're gonna look at that. I love it. Give it a go. You're in my town now.
Yeah.
Welcome along. This is how we welcome people, with a little kiss. I'll save it for after the interview, though. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's a good idea. And you know what? The fact that there's all these microphones in the way is keeping me safe. So I'm happy.
Exactly. I can't quite climb over that desk. Hey, listen. Welcome and thank you so much for coming to hang out with us.
My pleasure, man.
Now, listen. I need to go back to the beginning to introduce you to everybody. For those who don't know, a lot of people will know you. We met last summer at the Summer of Mellors. Yep. You were originally coming through the Rishi Rich camp of things, but you've got on to acting and everything else. We'll come to that in a minute.
Yeah.
So what are you, an actor or a singer?
I am 100% a musical artist. Music is my art. The film, we'll get into the film in a bit, but mainly I'm all about music and singing.
So how did that come about? How did you and the Rishi Rich lot all get together?
Well, basically, I was doing music since I was a kid, and when I sort of turned 16, I decided to start writing songs and just recording them, and just started taking it a lot more seriously. And then I ended up in the UK, because I was born in Canada, I grew up in France, and then I decided that the UK was really the place where, it's like the hub of Asian music. And I came here, I recorded some songs, started performing, started gigging, and before I knew it, a bunch of people in PR and different people in the industry had sort of come to know me, and I got introduced to Rishi, and when we met, we just knew we had to work together.
So ABBAS, right? So grew up in Canada, right? And raised in France.
Yeah.
Now in the UK, or now where?
Now in the UK.
Now in the UK.
Yeah.
So what language do you sing in? Is it French? Is it Urdu? Is it Punjabi? Is it?
Well, it's a bit of everything, man. Like I try to, I want to expose people to different things, so I sing in English and French and Urdu and Hindi. Whatever I feel fits, the song that I'm writing.
And what's your flavor? What's your style? What are you all about then, music?
What's my flavor?
Yeah, man.
Diversity, man. As I said, I want to expose people to different things, so I like to play with...
Oh, man! Number
Whose
one
phone
rule.
Is that?
Number one rule is you switch off the phone. No, that's all right. I want to know who it is. Can we find it? Can we see who it is? Did you just cancel on them? It might be a job. Who is it?
You know what? You're calling me. It's you.
Is it me? Oh, sorry. See, that's my butt dialing. I do that. I can do that. I can just kind of... I can text you from my pocket as well. It's an amazing skill I have.
Multi-talented.
Tell me about it. I'll show you some tricks later. So you singing mainly about being unique. You want to be
I think what I like to do is I like to play with different sounds. So depends what I'm feeling. Some of my music has a bit of a Middle Eastern, Mediterranean vibe, but these days I'm sort of coming back into my rock. I used to be very into rock music, so I'm kind of meshing rock, electro, and a bit of Middle Eastern.
Okay, so lots of flavors going through, which is a bit like yourself. I've got to say, man, check out the guns. Check out the biceps. They're looking pretty good. Now, we've just come out of, Get Healthy Month. We've all been trying to get fit here on the station. But you look like a man who's not afraid of the gym. Who's not, you and the bench pressing machine must be good friends.
Yeah, well, I'm all about fitness. I think I've become a lot more into it. It started out as, I was just going to the gym, but once you start going, you get addicted. And I think it's a good habit, man.
And what about, so what would be your regime? Every day? Are you in? Are you kind of...
I try to do every day. I mean, if I don't do some sort of exercise, I feel kind of like my body is bored. Okay. So I try to do a little bit of something, pop into the gym, work certain body parts every time I go.
Get you out. Okay, well, you look fantastic. So we know now that as well as having the singing talents, you got the looks, and those looks are destined for the big screen. You've just come back from filming something, which I'm going to talk to you about in just a moment. You're out hanging out?
Absolutely.
You have a little bit more of a sip of your cup of tea there, and it's herbal tea as well. Is that how you roll?
It is. That's how I roll, man.
That's how he rolls. He's all actor, movie star, superstar like with his herbal tea. We'll be carrying on a little chat with ABBAS HASAN straight after Soni De Nakre. This is from Partner. Do you like this? You like this track?
Yeah, man.
Salman Khan.
A bit of Govinda.
And a bit of Govinda bopping away to this one. Enjoy.
Asian Network.
You listen to the BBC Asian Network. This is me, Tommy Sandhu, and your name is?
ABBAS HASAN.
ABBAS HASAN is here hanging out with us this morning. Super talented singer. I've seen you do your thing. Ladies love you, ABBAS, don't they? Ladies do. I mean, come on, you get a good response. You're a fine-looking man, and I can say that because I'm comfortable with that.
That's good. I'm glad you're very comfortable with that.
I'm comfortable with saying, no, but I look at it and think, God, man, he's got it going on. I mean, in great shape, can sing, can dance, can act. I mean, talent is in abundance.
I should join the circus, right?
Yeah, no, you should. You'd be wasting the circus because you get freak shows in the circus. You be the weird one in the circus. You're like, hold a minute, what's he doing here? So unless you do Cirque du Soleil, something quite, then the tight kind of outfits and all that kind of funky stuff.
I don't know. I'm not feeling that.
That's not you. Yeah, you're more just you got the cool look going on too much. Now, before we talk about the new single Habibi, the film, you've just come back from making a movie.
That's right.
What did you do?
Well, I went to India for a film.
So is it a Bollywood film? Is it an Indian film?
Yeah, it's an Indian film. It's basically a cricket-based story, but it's about something a lot deeper than that. It's about kind of how borders don't matter and how human relationships are a lot more important than all that stuff.
What's it called?
It's called Marvilinatambare, which is actually in Malayalam, which is a language I didn't speak and I had to learn for the film. And in English, it's going to be called Beyond the Edge of the Rainbow.
So how did you get the part if you don't speak the language?
Well, it was pretty crazy, man. Basically, when I first came to England, I was doing some modeling to kind of help pay for recording, and there was a photographer who happened to know the director, and so they had been in touch about me, and I didn't realize this. And so when they first approached me, I kind of said no to the project because I just felt that as an artist, as a musician, if you jump into films right away, people don't really take you seriously. And but then when I found out more about what the film was about and just the whole concept of this whole as a global Asian, I feel like the message of the film is so strong.
Yeah.
It's something that we should all support, and so I knew I had to do it.
Isn't it funny how then in kind of this kind of game that you're in with the music and the movies now and everything, how things come about then really?
Yeah.
There you were just modelling, making ends meet, and I can relate with that. I've done the same thing.
Yeah.
You've had to do a few topless shots just to pay the rent. I'm there with you, Abbas. I know what that's like.
Yeah.
It's hard. They say, you got the part.
Yeah.
I know what that feels like.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden here you are on the big screen.
Yeah.
Which is mad.
Yeah.
So when will we get to see this film?
Well, they still haven't confirmed the release date, so I might be popping back at some point. But yeah, suffice to say, I mean, it's even though it's got kind of like a deep message, it's actually quite an entertaining film.
But you play a cricketer in the movie.
I do, and you know what?
What's your cricket like?
Well, I had never played cricket in my life. I'm Canadian and I grew up in Paris, so cricket does not exist in my world. I've played baseball in the past, but everything that's right in baseball is wrong in cricket.
Right.
So I was really lucky because it's first of all, the film was shot by a Filmfare Award-winning director, so it was quite the whole concept of the film included a lot of World Cup players who had won in the past, Indian players. So I had one-on-one lessons with like Saeed Girmani and Robin Singh and J.K. Mahendra, and so it was pretty amazing.
You're learning from the best.
Yeah.
And what's your cricket like now then?
Well, you'll see in the film.
Okay, right. It's half decent. Now the song Habibi though, that's with Rishi Rich. What was it like?
That is.
So from working around top directors and top cricket stars, you're now in the studio with top producers. I mean, it's not a bad little lifestyle you got going on.
It's not, man. But I have to say that it doesn't just fall into your lap. Like I've been working on music for years, and it took me ages to get to sort of where I am now. I mean, I think if anyone's interested in getting into music, I think just work your ass off and stick with it.
Right. Okay. And it's just perseverance and persistence, as my sportsman would say, sahi or sahi. Stick with it. So, what was it like? You go into a booth with Rishi.
Yeah.
What's he like to work with? Is he hard? Is he really strict?
No.
Is he a mean type? Does he demand high standards every time?
The thing with Rishi is, I think we have an amazing working relationship. I love being in studio with him. We just jam, and that's how songs come about. And for Habibi, it wasn't just Rishi. It was Rishi, Ronica, and V was there as well. And we just played with ideas, and we were just jamming. And then eventually, playing, and we came up with what Habibi is now.
That is beautiful. Okay, we're going to hear it in just a moment. But before you go, we like to play a game with all our guests. You want to play a game? Say. Tommy, I want to play a game with you.
Let's play, man. I want to play.
He wants to play a game. Okay, now the way we see it is the film that you were just in. You're playing a cricketer, as we just heard, right? Yeah. And but we thought, you know what, there's quite a lot of sporting movies out there. Isn't there a lot of sporting movies out there? Like a lot of sports-based films out there. There's loads, isn't there?
Totally.
I mean, there's so many that those would just reel off your tongue like that.
Of course.
Wouldn't they?
First thing in the morning, right?
Of course they would, at 8:26 a.m. So this is what we're going to do. You have 1 minute to name as many sporting films as you can. Bollywood or English. Play along at home. Shout at the radio if you want to. Your time, are you ready?
Yeah.
Start.
Wait, can I phone a friend?
No, there's no phone a friend. There's no lifelines. You are on your own, son.
Can my fans call?
No, nobody can call. No, we got a text here from your Monster Bambina in Manchester. Big fan of yours?
Hey, yes, a big hello to Monster Bambina #1.
Okay, we're going to see how you get on. For Monster Bambina, you're going to perform right now. You have 1 minute. Your time. ABBAS HASAN, to name as many sporting films as you can. Starts now.
Okay, let's start with Bollywood. Lagan, Chak De India.
Yep.
On to the next one. Step Up 3.
Dancing doesn't really count.
That kind of works. Rocky 1, 3. Rocky 2, Rocky 3,
5,
Rocky 4,
6. I'll let you have that.
Yeah. And
there was a 5 and 6 as well. You're not forgetting about that. Right.
Rocky 5, Rocky 6.
Fine, I'll let you have those. 8.
What else?
What else you got? What other thing?
Marville Natamvare, Beyond the Edge of the Rainbow.
Of course. 9.
Of course.
Bend It. There's some.
Bend It like who? Bend It like Beckham.
Yeah. 10.
Come on, guys, help me.
Yeah. Well, we got any? Think about more boxing films. There are lots.
More boxing films.
There is also Rumble in the Rumble in the Jungle.
Oh,
there's
Cool Runnings.
Yeah. Okay. Cool Runnings. Yeah. Oh, well done. And the final tally, I can tell you, ABBAS HASAN, you named 13. I got 13.
All right.
Sporting movies. Are you proud of that?
I feel pretty rocking, man, because I gotta say, like, first thing in the morning, this is like an IQ test more than anything.
It is. It gets the brain going. Listen, what I want you to do is your reward is to introduce to the world that are listening right now your new single, please.
All right, everybody. You are just about to listen to my brand new summer single. It's called Habibi. Here we go.
ABBAS HASAN, real pleasure. Big round of applause for our guest this morning. And good luck with the new film as well. Thank you very much, ABBAS.
Thanks a lot. Talk to me.